There we are. We're on. I was like, okay, are we live? It's like, woo! Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing very, very well. It's raining out at the moment as we are sitting here. It's just really, we had a couple showers earlier in the day, but it really just started raining a little while ago. I'm like really excited. I want to see how much rain or how much water we get in the rain catchment. So, so this shirt. Before we're gonna talk a couple things before we get into everything, okay? But I got to show you the shirt first. I asked Odin for a Valkyrie. He sent me a daughter. So, and I like this shirt. One of my subscribers sent me this shirt. I love the shirt, right? So what do? I rip a hole in the side. I caught it on a nail and it ripped a hole in the side. So I'm going to have to take the sleeves off. So when I wear the shirt, it'll make it look like I think I'm a tough guy, but that's not the case. Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh, I got to do, hold on. Hold on, I gotta shoot Heather a text real quick. All right, so there's that. Kill the volume on this. Disorganized. Sorry. All right. So here we are. All right. So anyway, getting a little rain now, which is good. I'm looking forward to seeing what we collect in the tank. If we have a good steady rain for a while, I want to see how quickly that's going to fill up. And so anyhow, I do have to get one more piece of gutter. I actually am probably going to pick that up tomorrow because I have to go to Lowe's tomorrow anyway to pay my bill. So I'm going to Lowe's anyway. Might as well pick up the gutter that I need when I'm there. So, but I have to tell you, this weekend was absolutely awesome. A couple of our members were not able to go or come this weekend, which they were missed greatly. You know, we have. I'll tell you what, we got such a great group. And I see all the negative comments, and I see people talking all kinds of crap. And yes, actually, I got to tell you the story about the Cheez-Its. You're gonna love this one too. So Mark, one of the guys in my group, the one that did the gutters, okay, he brings me says I, you know that he goes, I brought down two boxes, one for you to put back behind you when you do your live streams. Um, he said, so he goes, so that you have the box of Cheez Its back there, because everybody talks about the box of Cheez Its. So he brought me a box of Cheez Its. So Mark, you get the props for the Cheez Its. But but anyway, you know, we I see all the negative comments that people say, and I'm going to tell you what. In so I'll give you like one of the comments that I saw. They said, having people come together for the weekend really isn't an indication. If you're doing long term survival in a high stress situation, blah blah, that type of stuff. They were talking about that. Then you're going to find out what people are really like. Well, I'm going to tell you what, and this is strictly my opinion. You can think whatever you want to think. If you're working together with people, you're getting together every month and you're working together and you're working on projects, you're going to see what kind of character they have. You're going to see over a time period what kind of person that they are. Okay. And so if they are somebody that you don't think that would be a good fit, they have to go. If they can't get along with the rest of the group members or the other group members, so it's not just my call. I'm just now there was a situation with one individual that was 100% my call. All right. And I'm not calling out names or any of that type of stuff. There was somebody else that was part of our group that was a group decision call. They came to me and they voiced their concerns. And where's the Doritos? Hold on a second. I think I have Doritos in here. Actually, I don't. I don't have Doritos here right now. So sorry. But anyway, those are they'd come to me with their concerns, and so the other person that was let go out of the group was let go because it was a group decision. You have to have cohesiveness in a group, period. So The people that I have down here right now, the people that are part of the group right now, and I did get a bunch of emails from people, and I will be getting back to all of you soon. Promise. I promise I will get back to you soon. Um, it we have to make sure that we keep that cohesiveness, and it's really really important to me. It is okay. You know, there's always going to be people that are going to say negative things. They have their opinions and they're locked into their opinions, and that's perfectly fine. You can think whatever you want to think, but I will guarantee you this: when the time comes, if you have not put a group together, and I'm not just talking your family members, because I'll tell you what, there's family members that I don't want in my group. Okay, that is for sure. So, okay, cool. I just heard back from Heather. So, um, you know, I want to put like-minded people that are on the same wavelength that I am on, and put us together. And I'll tell you, and when the time comes, we're going to be in a much much better situation than everybody else. And I'm not saying that because we're this and we're that. Absolutely not. It's just because we are all on the same mental level. We're all on that same uh, plane. We all have that same thought process. The main reason that we're getting together and working together is because we know, in order to survive long term in any situation. I want you guys, there's a story, okay? There's a story, and I want you guys to go check this out. There's a story about over in Europe, there one country, and I can't remember where this they were locked in the city. They were under siege, and nobody could literally get out for over a year. And this one family, the way that they survived, and they lost family members, they had people that died, okay, and people that were killed. But what they did and how they survived, they had to rely on each other. They had to work together, and that's how they survived, okay? And that's hugely important. So if I have several people that are on the same mindset that I'm at, and we're planning on working together, we're planning on, you know, so another one of the questions, okay? I'm going to address a couple of these things. Oh, but let me do this. I mean, we're already almost 8 minutes into this. Family friendly oriented live stream, guys. Please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. And your group also must be including and welcoming, not quick to judge. You're right, and they are. They absolutely are. They're not quick to judge. So yeah, that is another thing. We give people a chance, and so and I want to explain that in a second too, Pam. I'll talk about that in just a second. But anyway, family friendly. Let's be decent. If you can't be decent, those awesome people lit up in blue will boot you out of here. So just putting that out there ahead of time. I want to have a great chat. I want to be able to share some stuff with you. I want to share my thoughts. Excuse me. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain, but it's coming down pretty good right now. But anyhow, um, one of the things we're going to be doing here, and I'm going to tell you what, this is a learning process for me as well. Okay, not going to lie, absolutely a learning process, and I'm figuring out what I need to do, what I don't need to do, what works, what doesn't work, all those things as we're going along. But now I have my core group members that are part of the group. Okay, and so moving forward, any prospective new member, there's going to be a probationary period of like 3 months is what we've decided. A 3 month probationary period. So what does that mean? So I've done a background check on you. I've sat down and I've met you. You've met with my board, my committee. You've met with my committee, and we've said yes, we're going to give this person a chance. Then you're on a probationary period for 3 months, and we're going to be, seeing how you work out. And if you work out, great, and then you can become a group member. And then well, you would be a group member, but you would be on a probationary period for that time period, and it would just go from there. But I think that's enough time and evaluation to see where people really are at, what they want to do, where they want to go, and all those type of things. You know, nobody's an expert on everything, and prepping is trial and error. Absolutely, Jay, you're 100% right. I am trying to do my best. I'm trying to look out for the people, that are. It's funny. I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm gonna share this with you. So we have a group text that we stay in contact with each other. Not just on that weekend, through the week we're talking. Each week we're talking back and forth on this group text. And so when we were coming up to this weekend, one of my group members had said, how much family are we having coming down this weekend? Because what you have to understand, guys, okay? And, like I said, you can agree with me, disagree with me. I really don't give a crap. I really don't. I really don't. What I had talked about with these people that are part of my group, we are not just a bunch of strangers getting together. We are developing a family. We're a family. We have, you have to have people that you can rely on, that you can count on, that are going to have your back. Because guess what? We all got to sleep. We all got to be able to count on somebody else to pick up that slack. Um, if you have a decent sized group of people, you know, what you have to understand is people are going to get hurt. People are going to get sick. People are going to die. That's all part of it, and that's going to happen. Just like being in the military. Absolutely, Wolfang. Absolutely. And so you have to find out who you can count on, who you cannot count on, who you have to be like, well, we're going to have to, not give this person a ton of responsibilities or whatever the case may be. Okay. Everybody has a role. Age is not a factor. Okay. That's the other thing. We have a group member who is 67 years old. All right. So, I'm going to address something else that was said in a comment. Okay. And they were like, I had a bunch of the group members here. Not everybody was here yet at that point. And they were like, well, everybody in your group is old and fat. Well, first of all, thank you for your judgment, the person that said that. That is not the case. We have some younger blood in the group as well. But I will guarantee you this, those old fat people that that person was mentioning, I'll take them against a group of you, and we'll see who does what. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. Um, you know, there's always judgment. Oh, it's like um, the joke was, I went outside after I read that comment and I said, oh, sorry, everybody's going to have to go. I said, I've had a comment that you're all old and fat, so you can't be here. People are, you know what? Ignorance is bliss. It really, truly is. And go ahead, make your ignorant comments, do what you got to do. But I will tell you this, when the time comes, I have people I know I can count on. I have people that I know are going to have my back because I don't care how much of a tough guy or how many skills you have. If you're doing it lone wolf, and a lot of people think that they're going to do it lone wolf, and that's great. Have a good time. Good luck with it. Hey, Mac, with age comes wisdom. Absolutely. You're 100% right there. Life experience. Um, you know, Everybody brings a different skill set to the table as well. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I appreciate that. But here's the thing is I guarantee this, SHTF happens, we're all going to lose weight anyway. So we're not going to be fat anymore. There's not going to be no more fast food and all that type of nonsense. And we're all going to be busy. There'll be a lot that has to be done. So one of the things I did want to talk about, they're like, somebody had said, where's everybody going to sleep? Right? Well, in the beginning, depending on when SHTF would happen, if we are in a decent season, people would start out in tents if they had to. We would be building right away. Yeah, that's the diet plan, SHTF. Exactly. Exactly. But, it's just, I have to laugh when I see these different things because people have no idea what they're talking about. They really don't. Again, I'm learning as I go. I have made a ton of mistakes trying to put a group together. Be 100% honest. Don't know everything. Never have claimed to know everything. I am learning, but I am a quick study. I am a quick study. So, Delbert, Ed, I've lost 43 pounds since Christmas. Man, congratulations. That's a lot of weight to drop, and that's awesome. So, congratulations on that. That's great. And I'm going to tell you what, that's a big factor as well. Being able to do what you need to do, being able to handle physical activity and not dropping dead. There are so many factors in everything when it comes to that type of situation, and people need to remember that. Okay, so, but like I said, there's people are going to say what they're going to say, and that's fine. What I would say to those negative Nancys or Karens or whatever you want to call them, whatever name you want to put on them, show me what you're doing. I want to see the videos of your group and what you're accomplishing and what you're putting together and all those type of things. That's what I'd like to see. So, yeah, being skinny doesn't make you any more dependable. You are right about that, Tony. You are absolutely right about that. Work ethic is work ethic. I'll tell you what, I'll take people from my generation because we grew up working. A lot of these younger folks today, and like I said, I have some younger folks in my group, and they're good guys and ladies. Okay, they're good people, and and that's a good thing. So not I and so when I talk about the younger generation, I don't throw all of them into one category because they're not all in the same category. Here's something else that I want you to think about, and we were talking about this as well. Okay, so somebody was like, well, where's all the young people? Where's all the women and, the younger women and all this type of stuff? I guarantee you this, guys. 100% guaranteed. Guaranteed. When the time comes, people will come here and they will look for shelter. They will look for somebody to keep them safe. You know why? Because there's so many scumbags and lowlifes out there that women will be raped and murdered and taken advantage of in those type of situations. That's reality. I don't care if you're a modern day woman and you think you're so independent and all that kind of stuff. In a worst case scenario, you are going to, in a lot of cases, be a victim. Period. Okay. Men are stronger than women. It's a proven fact. That's not, being, a male chauvinist pig or anything like that. It's just a reality. SHTF will be a reality. People will be looking to groups for safety. So, will we have younger people here then? Yes, we will. Okay. Will we have, women that want to come here because they want to be safe and not raped? Yes, we will. And guess what? They won't be here. Because I will tell you right now, as God is my witness, first person in my group that rapes somebody, I will put them down myself. No questions asked, no hesitation. There's not going to be any jails in a post event. There's going to be swift justice. And the people that I am putting together now, okay, those will be the leaders. And the new people that come in after an SHTF event, they're going to have to prove themselves. I know Jay's going easy, Ed. I'm trying to be honest, okay? Certain things are not going to be tolerated in a worst case scenario. All right. We're not going to randomly kill people for the sake of killing people. That is not anything that we would do. Okay. That is not anything we would do. I will be 100% honest with you. I don't want to hurt anybody. So if somebody makes that call and it's their choice, then we're going to do what we need to do. But the people that I'm putting together in this group now, okay, they realize it, and we've had these conversations. Okay, we have sat and had these conversations. um, there's not going to be any rapists. There's not going to be any child molesters. There's not going to be people that just think that they can go out and kill and take whatever they want. We're not going to have those type of people in this group. That's not what it's about. It's about good people coming together to survive whatever happens. Okay. Yeah, you can't sugarcoat things. It's survival of the fittest, Jay said. And you're 100% right, Jay. When it comes down to it at that point, it's going to be who's strongest, who's more ready, and what's your skill level, what's your skill sets, and those type of things. Here's what I want you guys to think about. We're going to talk about this a second, okay? And this is what I'm talking about right now is realistically almost the topic of this live stream. Finding your way out of the darkness, because we're going to talk a little bit about that too, but this is also part of that. Finding your way out of that darkness into the light, if you will. Not a religious connotation, but it really does fit. Okay, with I would tell you what the advantages. Let's talk about advantages. Okay, first of all, we own the high ground here where I'm at. Okay, in West Virginia, we absolutely own the high ground. We're going to know the lay of the land, right? So we know the lay of the land. Other people that are strangers trying to come here and do anything that they think that they're going to do, they don't. Okay, that's another advantage. So there's two advantages: on the high ground, know the lay of the land. Those are two advantages. So you can set up ambush sites, choke points, all those type of things. Now, you give me people that are well fed, that are rested, okay, that are working together as a team. You give me people that are on that same mindset and those type of things. That hopefully, if there's sickness, we have an area that we have designated for sick people, so they can recover. And hopefully, we have a large enough of a group that we're going to be able to withstand people being out for whatever extended periods of time. Okay. Now, I want you to think about this. Most likely, people coming to try to take what we would have would be overtired, highly stressed, and there's going to be stress no matter what, but they'll be highly stressed. They're going to be desperate. They're not going to be thinking clearly. There'll be sick people in their group. They are going to be, they're not, like I said, they're not thinking clearly. When you have people that are thinking clearly, that are rested, that you have a good rotation, so nobody's burnt out, nobody's tired, everybody's getting enough rest, and all those type of things. Those things are huge advantages. Huge advantages. Any of you have ever dealt with sleep deprivation? Anybody that's ever been in the military knows about dealing with sleep deprivation. Okay, you are not thinking clearly. Your mind is not sharp like it needs to be. So you're making decisions and you're overtired. You're not thinking clearly. When you are rested and you have a full belly and you are sheltered and you have a good shelter where you can go in and be warm and you can, not be out in the freezing cold and in the rain and all those type of in the elements, huge advantage. Not even just psychologically, but in a combat situation, it definitely would give us the edge. And I'm going to tell you what, my thing always, the day I started prepping, the day I got into prepping, all I'm looking for is that edge. What can I do that's going to give me, my group, the people that I care about, my family, what can I do to give me an advantage? Yeah, and trigger control. That's important as well too. Knowing what you're doing with your weapon, being able to shoot straight, to being able to um, hit your targets, not wasting ammunition. Okay, those are all things that are really important. So if you think prepping is about putting up food and supplies and just having it back over here and not using it and preparing and training and working together with people, actively putting rounds down range on a regular basis. These are all aspects that need to be thought about going from there and stuff like that. Really, it's huge. It is absolutely huge. And like I said, I'm looking for any advantage that I can have. Now, those of you that will say, well, nothing's ever going to happen. Well, I wish you luck. And I honestly, I swear you, I hope nothing ever happens. But I'm a big believer and I'm going to prepare for the worst and I'm going to hope for the best. And you know what? Here's the worst case scenario if nothing ever happens. Let's say nothing ever happens. What we're going to have here is a place where people that are now part of my family, because that's what they are, they're part of my family, they can come down here and they can hang out and we can have fellowship and brotherhood and sisterhood, work together, enjoy each other's company, be able to enjoy some peace and quiet and those type of things. Okay, that's the worst case scenario if nothing ever happens, and we'll have a setup down here that will be able to handle whatever is thrown our way. It's going to take time. That's not going to happen overnight. You know what I mean? So the country will become a dangerous place for those who don't belong there in SHTF. You are 100% correct. And I'm going to tell you what, part of the things, and I'll tell you what, okay, and we're going to be talking about some things honestly. I had one of my neighbors, we were sitting there talking to one day, and he said to me, he goes, Ed, can I ask you a question? And I said, sure. He goes, what exactly do you have going on back there? He goes, I know you got people coming down once a month and you're getting together and, we hear the shooting and those type of things. He goes, what's going on? And so I basically explained it very, very easily. And I told him, I said, we're a group of people that believe that something is possible to happen. We do believe that something will happen, right? I said, what we are doing is we are a group of people that have decided to work together when that time comes. I said, we are not a militia. Probably most of us are anti government, be honest, 100% honest, but we're not looking to overthrow the government. So it's not that kind of group. So that if you're looking for a militia or if you're looking for the anti-government group that wants to overthrow the government, don't come and ask me to be part of my group because that's not what we are. We're a group of people that are going to come together when the time comes for survival. And what I told him, who was my direct neighbor across the way here, I said, you will be very happy to have us here. Okay. I said, because we're going to watch out for you too, because if we watch out for our neighbors, we're not looking to take our neighbors' stuff. We have our own stuff. But if we can help them out and they can help us out, working together, mutual cooperation, that's the way it should be. Okay. The couple that I bought the property from, I've talked to them and I said, again, when that time comes, if something does happen, I said, we will watch out for you guys as well because they're good people. And good people have to survive what's going to happen, guys. Good people got to survive what's going to happen. So, and I try to explain to people too, when something does happen, we will end up with people in this group that we never expected. That's a reality. Now, if they're going to come in, like I said, so let me ask you this, okay? We'll talk about something interesting. I want you guys to think about this. So let's say my group is 15 families, right? And I've had this group of 15 families for a year and a half. We've been working together. We've been working on projects. We're working this, that, or the other thing. People have little homes or something all around the property, and they have their own little places so that they can come here. And when they come for that week, and see, here's the other thing with it too. Let's say you become a group member. You don't have to say, oh, you can only come down once a month. If you want to come down on a weekend and hang out for a week, you can do that anytime you want to. Nobody's going to live here full time unless I decide to let somebody live here full time. All right. That's just the reality of that. But what people have to understand is, you know, uh, if if SHTF goes sideways and we get people that come in now that want to be part of the group member, those people, those families that have been established, that have been here for a year and a half, do you think I'm going to put the new person in charge over them? No, because I trust these people, right? These 15 families that I have, I trust them. They've proven themselves, you know, through time that I can count on them, that I know that they're there, that they're reliable. And here's the best part, too. They're also my eyes and ears because we're watching the newer people that are coming in. And we got to find out who's going to be, people that we can rely on, people that we can trust, and people like that. Let's put it like this. Let's say a year from now, we have certain things in place that have not been shown on YouTube. We have certain things in place that we've worked on as a group, the collective of this group, right? And now we got new people coming in, and they're in their probationary period, and we're trying to see how they work out and see what they're going to be, somebody that can work with us in this situation. You think we're going to show them everything that we've done from day one? You have to earn that trust. So, those are things that you need to think about. And it's like, and I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to share information. Um, you know, you need a watchdog, have Angry Prepper as your chief of security. Angry Prepper is going to be down here next month. And and I've told you guys before, Angry Prepper, he's got a place here. I think he's awesome. Jason is, he's a good dude. He's a good dude, and he knows what he's doing. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and those type of things. So, you know, that should be how it is from the get go. That's basic OPSEC. Exactly, Prep Rebel. But a lot of people don't think about that either. So, yeah, there's things that we're doing down here that I will not put on video, period. It's not going to happen. Okay. And so, not going to show you everything. That's not how it's going to be. So, those are things that people really do need to think about, though. What are you sharing? What are you not sharing? Because what if you shared things with somebody that you think might be a good fit, and then they turn out not to be a good fit? Now they know information that could come back and bite you in the butt down the road. So, but like I said, people that want to talk the talk on here, I really, what, I blow a lot of it off because I know they're talking out of their behinds. Yeah, I have a hole in the shirt. I know I have caught it on a nail, so I'm gonna cut the sleeves off on this shirt anyway because I like the shirt. Preppers one dude in Angry Prepper or fellow New Yorkers. Absolutely, we got that New York attitude too. Both of us do. So, oh, the music was really nice on Friday. It was a really nice. We went down there and it was like $10 for a plate of food, so we did that, and then we listened to some. Can you guys hear that rain? Tell me if you can hear that or not. I'm gonna have to go out in the morning and check and see. Can you hear? Yeah, you guys can hear it. Okay, good. Because I'm going, man, it's like really loud. It's raining really good right now, so I can't wait to see how much water we collect in the tank overnight just from one side. Because, like I said, the other side has to be addressed yet. So the other gutter's up, but that connecting into the tank needs to be done. So, Gatling gun, yeah, right. But so anyway, let's talk about out of the darkness for a minute, okay? You know, everybody watching this live stream, every single one of you right now is going through something. I don't care who you are. Could be something minor, could be something major, but everybody is dealing with some kind of adversity in their life right now. Everybody is. And so, what we as individuals need to do is not get caught up in that negativity. You deal with it. You have to deal with that negativity, whatever that negativity is. Being in a relationship, being it with a family member that something's wrong, be it with a job or whatever the case may be. Okay, it is something that we all have to go through. We all have to deal with. If you can drive through and look at the big picture and like I said, having goals, having realistic goals that you can obtain, that's a big thing. That is a huge, huge thing. And you know, already did change my outlook, and now moving forward better and stronger. 80 came in. Hey, you know what? And I'm going to tell you what. Anybody that's watched this channel knows I just went through something recently. I get into exactly what it was, but I went into something that put me in a funk. That's what I like to put it. I like to put me in a funk, right? Will you say your email again? I would like to be part of your group. Okay, Teresa, the email is preppernurse1, and that's the number one at yahoo.com. Real simple. My name here, preppernurse1 at yahoo.com. You can shoot me an email there. If you shoot me an email, make sure you give me your phone number. I don't want to go back and forth with emails a million times. If you give me your phone number, I will reach out to you and we will have those conversations. So, But you know, I went through something recently. It bothered me. I was down, and I couldn't get my head out of my behind for a little while. But you have to realize you process, you deal, and then you drive on. And I no prep rebel. I went during the week and I checked and it hadn't been there yet. I will be checking tomorrow to see if it came tomorrow. I will look and see if that package came. So, but yeah, I know you had said you had sent something, and I went. What day did I go? Friday. I checked Friday, and it wasn't there yet. So I will be out that way tomorrow, and so I will definitely check that tomorrow. So, but yeah, hopefully this week. Okay, that would be cool. That would absolutely be cool. But anyway, like I said, we're all dealing with stuff, and it's how you. We're all going to get that kick in the gonads. It's going to happen. Life is going to do it to you. Family's the worst. Family's going to do it to you worse than anybody else. Uh, you know, but it's how we deal with that and how we bounce back from those things. And I'm a big believer, and I'm first of all, I'm a big believer in karma. And I think if you do people wrong, I believe it's going to come back to you and it's going to bite you in the behind. I'm a huge, huge believer in that. If I'm in a position where I can do somebody a kindness, I'm absolutely going to do it. And I don't just do it because I'm hoping that I get good karma back. I do it because I believe personally that it's the right thing to do. Okay, that's how I feel. Okay, and for a lot of the people out here that says, "Well, I don't trust anybody but my family," well, I feel sorry for you. I really do. For people that think that way, I feel sorry for those people because I believe they're missing out on an opportunity to really connect with some great people out there. And I got to tell you what, because of this YouTube channel and because of being, doing what I've been doing here for years, uh, it has been a blessing. It's been a curse at times, as you guys know, the different crap that I've had to deal with. Okay, but overall, I have met some absolutely wonderful, awesome people that I call my brother, that I call my friend. I can think of two right off the top of my head that I've known for a while. All right. My buddy Reese, who lives in South Carolina, um, he's my brother, period. End of story. No questions asked. That's who he is. My buddy Eric, who I also met through the channel, who lives down in Washington, D.C. with his wife. Um, you know, when he initially contacted me, he said, "You have no idea how much we have in common." And I didn't know him from a bag of beans, but he'd been watching me. And, and then, so, he's my brother. And those are two people right now, guys. I'll tell you what, I would take a bullet for. I would take a bullet for them because they're awesome people. If things went sideways, and even though neither one of them are part of my group here, if something went down and they got here and they said, "Oh my God, Ed," if they came here with the shirt on their back, guess what? You're in. You're part of it. I trust them. I know they got my back. I have other people through the years that I feel the same way, and it's a handful. If you can count, I'm going to tell you what, and this is a true statement. Tell me anybody that's 50 plus that's watching this, okay? If you can count on one hand the number of people that you say are true friends, then you're a lucky person because a lot of people can't. I'll tell you another time when you find out who your friends are. All right, move, move, and then you'll find out who your friends are because the ones that show up and get there and help you with no expectations of getting anything back, those are people that you can count on, that you can trust. All right. Because a lot of times, yeah, he got white cheddar, Yeah, that's what he brought me was the white cheddar. I was going to say, because I said somebody's going to notice that that's not the regular cheese, that it's white cheddar. But anyway, so I've met some tremendous people because of this channel. Now, have I dealt with bull crap because of this channel? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? those people that want to try to cause you harm or try to cause you sleepless nights, that want to cause you adversity, that want to call child protective on you because of your kids, okay? They're scumbags, and they'll get what they get. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to go out and look for revenge because karma's going to get them in the end, period. And I know that. And I know that. And you know what? What comes around goes around. So people that do those evil acts, that try to be subversive and cause problems and try to hurt you just because they think that they can, you know what? Karma gets them in the end. But I'll tell you what, like I said, I have been truly blessed. I have met some awesome people, like, even some of the group members that I have now. Okay. I'm tighter with certain members of the group than other people. I have, certain people in a group that I believe that, if I was looking to put my head together with a couple of the group members and say, what do you think we should do with this? Or where do you think we should go? There's a couple people that I would take their advice over other people. That doesn't mean that the other people I think less of. It's just that connection's there more with somebody probably my own age in that aspect. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean you don't trust those other people as well. So, but those are things that that's all part of it. But I'm going to tell you what, if I had to do a synopsis of my life since I came on YouTube, right? Since I came on YouTube, the good has outweighed the bad so many more fold. Being able to help people, hopefully wake people up. And I've gotten a tremendous amount of emails from people saying, this event happened here in my hometown, and because I listened to you and we got ready, we were able to deal with that situation. So thank you. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me because I had a positive influence on their lives, and they listened to me and they trusted me. Like I'll tell you what, when I had my group members down here this weekend, we were sitting here, we're just BSing, and we do what we have a meeting and stuff like that when everybody's together. And I'll tell you one of the things that I said to them. I said, I appreciate the fact that you guys have trusted me, that you would put yourself here in this situation and you are trusting me to put all this together and working with me and helping in those type of things. Because I'll tell you what, I don't care who you are, none of us can do it alone. We can't. You can be skilled out the wazoo, but sometimes you just need that second set of hands to help with a small project or whatever it is you're doing. you know, but Vicky said, Randy, I think I understand where you're coming from. The friend I lost this week was a true friend. That's tough, and that's hard when you lose friends. It's not easy. It's not easy, but unfortunately, it's part of life. And here's the other part you got to think about, guys. And here's a reality. I have people coming. Some people are coming from distances, to get here. They might not all make it. That's a reality. You hope everybody gets here. You hope everybody gets here on time. But some of these people may not make it, you know. And just because it's, an 8-hour drive to go 500 plus miles now doesn't mean it's going to be an 8-hour drive in an SHTF event. It could take you days if you can get there at all driving. You might ended up being, maybe you get a couple hundred miles driving in and then you're on foot. Uh, you know, those are all things that need to be thought about, planned ahead. Try to be as ready as you possibly can be. You know, these are all factors that really truly are. So I just read the book 1 second after. Who? Yes, we can't do it alone. Scary crap. And you know what? I'll tell you what. If you read Big Dog Ma, you read all three of those series in that book, or all three books in that series. It's an eye opener. It is an eye opener because the reality is you're never doing it alone. And there's going to be people that, may be able to help you out down the road. Might be a neighbor that I've never even met. But when that time comes, you know, maybe I'm bartering with them. Maybe we have stuff that they need and they have stuff that we need, and we can plan on working together. And we're not looking to take their stuff, And that's what people got to understand. They got to know where you stand. So those are things that need to be thought about when the time comes. So just something to think about. You know what I mean? Just something to think about. But all right, let's do this now because we're at 45 minutes into this live stream. And that is the time that we like to do if we're thinking about it on time. Do the egg count. So we're going to do the egg count right now. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to do that really quickly. And thank you ahead of time for doing so. I do appreciate that. And make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction, the better. So guesses on the egg count, yes or no? And did thick neck lay today? So give you guys a minute to get your guesses up there, and I'm watching where we're at here, and I will let you know who is right and who is not right when the time comes. So I'll give you guys a minute to do that. All right, finally. Finally. All right. I kept waiting for a right answer to come up, so you can guess that a lot of you did not have the right answer. If you had the same exact guess as Heather P with 5 eggs and yes, thick neck laid today, then you are a winner. So congratulations to Heather P. You've won absolutely nothing except for bragging rights until the next live stream. So I saw somebody out there had 5 eggs, but they said no. So so Heather P's the winner. But yeah, it was a good. That's not a lot of eggs, I know, but it's what happens. Some days are better than others. Yeah, slackers. Nice weather. They're out. They're sunning themselves, dusting themselves in the yard. But bragging rights are everything. Yeah, Prep Rebel just said it's funny. So real quick, I want to talk about my website, preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse One community there, which is a resource that we set up for you guys to be able to connect with like-minded people. It is free to join. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked. Once you're in, look for people in your state or your country. Hold on, guys. I got to turn this fan on. Because all of a sudden I'm sitting under the lights here and here and it's getting warm. That's better. With the fan blowing on me, it's much more comfortable. So, also on my website, we have the Legacy Freeze Dried Foods. Again, preppernurse1.com. Click on store, it will drop down. You will see Legacy Foods. You click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. A 25-year shelf life, GMO free, gluten options available for people that need that. It is also vegetarian, but there are beef and chicken options as well that are available to you. So definitely take advantage of that. It's a good thing to have in your long-term preps. I would suggest getting it sooner rather than later, because when something happens or some emergency happens, then everybody and their brother will try to get it all at the same time, which will delay you getting your product. Right now, things are going out very fast, so you can get your stuff really, really quickly. The last thing we have is the Forefathers. So again, if you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you will see the Forefathers logo. You click on that, it will take you to their website. They are a CBD and hemp store. Definitely take advantage of that as well. Good thing to have in your long-term preps with the CBD oil. It helps with a different myriad of ailments. So I got something in my eye, so I apologize. So definitely take advantage of that. When you go to their website, if you decide to make a purchase, you can save 15% by using the discount code PrepperNurse1. Okay. What was the name of the new project book you got? Well, I will tell you. This one right here. And this is the project book. All right. No Grid Survival Projects. So that is, and that is written, it's got 4 different authors in it, but it's called No Grid Survival Projects. Let's see if they got a website on here. I don't know if they have a website or not. Let me just look and see. I don't see a website on here, but if you go online and you look for that book, type that in, No Grid Survival Projects. There you go. All right. Knowledge is also power. Let's talk about that for a minute. The more you know, the more information that you have. What we have to understand, and the reality is, in an SHTF event, the reality is that most of the time, um, we're not going to have the internet. So if you have stuff in, there's 4 different authors. There is Michael Major, Amber Robinson, Claude Davis, and James Walton. So those are the different authors of the book. So, but but anyway, the more information that we have, the better it's going to be. What I would absolutely encourage you guys to do as well is practical practice. I know I've said that before, but like an example, when we're all getting together in September, we're going to be doing some canning. Some of the group members have canned before. Some of them have never canned. So I think that that is an important skill that people need to have. And so that is something that we're going to do together and work together. And we're going to, that way, you need to cross train. People need to know how to do what other people do. That's important. Like right now, an example, Mark is probably our most capable carpenter, right? So SHTF happens, and if I just say, "Yeah, Mark, you do all the carpentry work," and then Mark gets sick and dies, or he's killed in a firefight, there goes your carpenter. So what needs to be done is you need to have Mark take people under his wing and teach them how to do things. So you have 3 or 4 other people that know how to do those things as well, and I think that that is important. Have you considered building a canning and preserving outdoor kitchen in West Virginia? Nikki's Nook, absolutely, yes, we are. One of the things that we are talking about that we may also be doing, we sat and voted on this time when we all got together. We're going to start out by making a gazebo, like 12 by 24, I believe is what we've come up with that we're going to do. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to get the materials. When we're all together, we're going to put it together, and from that we're going to build like an outdoor kitchen area inside that gazebo, so that again, when the weather's bad, that we have that available to us to use, and we're not just under a couple of different either the awning from the trailer and a couple of coverings, you know what I mean? So but there is, I'm telling you right now, there's a lot. Yes, cement base. Yep, absolutely. uh, there's a lot that has to be done. Okay, I mean, it's going to take time. Everything's going to take time, but if we're all working together, um, you know it's going to be like 4x4s. We'll go with like 12 4x4s, and put them in the ground and get them. So even if the ground is not level where we're putting it, we can build a deck in there later. That's not something that has to happen right away. But put the 4x4s in, get the framework up, put a metal roof on it, and now you have something that you can be out of the weather. Uh, if worst case scenario, so here's, we were talking about this. So worst case scenario, SHTF happens, right? Oh my God, end of the world has happened. We got this gazebo up, if you will, 12 by 24. We could put canvas around the outside of it, and now it's also a shelter, or use tree logs, whatever the case may be. So, but I have a sawmill down the road, and we went down and we priced out some stuff. It's a lot cheaper buying directly from the sawmill as opposed to going to Lowe's. Shocking, I know, right? But you know, we can. We're going to get everything figured out. We're going to get everything figured out. But again, all these things are going to take time. It's not going to happen. Yeah, it's been raining, Frederick. Right, actually, while I've been doing this live stream, some of you guys could hear like a pavilion. Yes, JJ. Yep, like a pavilion. So, but yeah, there's a sawmill less than 5 miles from where I live. So, I we went down there and priced out, some stuff. Yeah, it's not like I don't have any logs. You're right. You're absolutely right. But you know, they may be needed down the road. So, yep, cutting out the middleman, exactly. And the stores are not going to make all that money off of it. You can go directly to the sawmill and and work with them directly, which is better. It's local. You're helping the local economy, and I think that that is important too. I'm going to tell you what. I'm a big believer. Like the guy that's been doing my gravel work for me, right? Bringing in stone. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this. We did have another load of stone brought in and put on a road. I will definitely walk up there and I will show you what we had done. I have another load, hopefully this week, coming in. Um, you know, this week for the road as well. There's a lot of work that's got to be done on my road. It's just there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a lot of work that has to be done. It's going to take time. So you know, it's going to take time. But if we continue to work on it methodically, again, it'll come together. So one another load, and what we did this time with the road where we were doing it, it's in an area that's always shaded, so it doesn't matter, how dry it's been. It's an area that kind of stays wet because it can't get a chance to dry out. So how much money so far on Rock Plus? Oh, I don't even know what the ultimate. I'll give you an example. Okay, so the load of gravel that we just had brought in, 25.49 tons. All right, number three stone, so a little bit bigger. That's what we wanted. That's what the gravel guy recommended. Down to earth guy. I'm going to listen to him because he knows what he's talking about. That's what he does for a living. So why would I not listen to him, right? The price is not that much different. So, but for 25.49 tons, it was $636.50. And so, that is now down in the road. He's going to be bringing us in another load, hopefully this week, and we'll get that in there. As time goes on, we will continue to work on that. And again, these things are not going to happen overnight. They're going to take time. I still have a lot of gravel up on by the main road from a load that I had put up there for the shipping container, which is now back into the property. I have to get the rest of that gravel. All that gravel can go into the road. So there's work to be done. Things have to happen, and it'll get there. And again, it's just time and money is what it comes down to. So that's where we're at with that. It's just, but it will come together. That's just it always does. It always does. And you know what? Depending on what the winter looks like here, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If we have a period where I can't drive out of here, for say, when the weather turns really bad, I won't be parking down here in the lower meadow. I'll be parking in the upper meadow, and I'll walk in, just because it might be too difficult to get up out of here in the wintertime. I don't know. So but over time, we'll get it figured out. We'll get things squared away. We'll get things organized, and we're just going to go with the flow. Uh, but heard Arizona's going to block the border with shipping crates and razor wire. Probably not a bad idea. If they won't let you build a wall, you got to do something. There's only so much people can take. Again, you know. But no, I'm going to tell you why. It just like the getting together this weekend, and I want you guys to understand something, okay? It's not about getting people to come in here and just work. That's not what it's about. It is people being able to come in here. We're having meals together. We're discussing things. We're making plans. All those type of things. It is relaxing at night, sitting around a fire. It's not like work, 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 work. There projects that have to be done. Absolutely, there have to be done. Things have to be done. Rain catchment system. Let's talk about that, right? Is that just for me? Is that just going to benefit me? No, because what happens when SHTF happens, now we have a spot where every time it rains, we have the potential to collect a couple hundred gallons of water just off the roofs. That benefits everybody as we continue to build. When we build this pavilion area, as Jay, whatever gazebo, pavilion, whatever you want to call it, we will have a rain catchment system set up on that as well, because it's another spot, it's another opportunity to be able to collect water that we can use for whatever we need to have, you know. So those are things that that people need to realize. They really do need to realize that. And it's just you know if you think that being part of a group is coming in and just sitting on your butt and doing nothing, you're sadly mistaken. That's not what it's just about. There's always going to be things that need to be done. Let's think about this for a second. And I'm trying to get ready to do the shout outs. I just got to find the right page here. Okay, there we go. In an SHTF event, there is going to be always something to do. You're going to be building defensive spots. You're going to be building shelters. You're going to be gardening. You're going to be, while the game is out there, there's going to be people that are going to be hunting. There is a ton that goes into it. Plus, trying to have, safety measures and all those things in place at all times. I mean, there's a lot to it. So, why not work on things now while things are still relatively normal, if you will, to make the situation better so when the time comes, now you're not scrambling. You know what I mean? So, but for all those of you that are experts that sit in your mom's basement and have all the answers, again, I look forward to seeing your video showing us how to do it the right way, because we're morons. So thank you. I appreciate that. But the reality is, they'll never do videos because they don't do anything. Okay. At least I can say, like I said, I'm not a carpenter, never claimed to be a carpenter, but at least I can say I try. I'm not afraid to get out there. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. Uh, you know, that's a lot more than a lot of people will do. All right, we're behind. So hold on a second, take my soapbox and set it off to the side a minute. All right, here we go. Shout out time. Icky Can up in Canada. All right, we have Angry Prepper Jason down in New York City, also awesome. Alaskan Prepper with Rudy. You have Alaska Granny as well. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel, and also My Self Reliance. There is North Shore Preparedness up in Canada as well. You have Corporal's Corner. There's Bjorn Hansen, 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. You have Bizarrizajiza, who is also in New York with his Carrington Chronicles. Um, let's see, what are we at here? There is Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast, also awesome channel. Adam's a good dude. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. You have Wrangle Star with Cody, really good channel as well, a lot of good information. Red Poppy Ranch. There's Survival Lily. You have Kyle's Cabin up in Minnesota, and they're living off grid as well. Him and Sierra, another young couple, nice channel. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband and wife, two different channels. They're awesome as well. Split their time between Minnesota and Alaska. All right. You have Green Greg's, Southern Prepper One. You have Gray Man Prepping, St. Bernard Acres with Joe. You have Doug and Stacy, another really good channel, a lot of great information over there. The Nomadic Movement down in Panama, another younger couple. The Green Dream Project out in Arizona. You have Camping with Steve Wallace, up in Canada. Actually, he just crossed over a million subscribers, so congratulations to him for that. Uh, he's just fun to watch with his stealth camping. It's really neat. Just a change of pace. You have Monkey Works. You have the Needy Homesteader, Boss of the Swamp, Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Diamond's a good guy. lot of respect for Diamond. Very, very smart individual. So I would encourage you all to tune in and see what he has to say. Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. There's City Prepper, Lumina Acres, Suspicious Observer. You have Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist, Bushcraft Bear out of the Canary Islands in La Palma, right now on vacation in Europe. Mary Greeley News with all the information, the updates on Yellowstone and the volcanoes and earthquakes that are going on. You have Adapt 2030. There's Malachi's Corner. You have Ice Age Farmer. Ryan Hall, y'all, with the weather. Ryan Hall is awesome. Good guy to get your weather from. You have Russell Brand. I absolutely love Russell Brand. Uh, he's got 5.8 million subscribers. He makes you think, and that's what I like. He gives you the information, and you can determine what you want to do with that information. You have Deep South Homestead. There's The Outsider, The Fit Farmer, Prepper Princess, Simple Life Reclaimed, Townsend's, The Prepared Mind out in California. You have Pinball Preparedness, which is down in Tennessee, East Tennessee Preparedness, The Economic Ninja, and Little House Off Griddy, also in Tennessee. A lot of other channels out there, I am sure. There is a lot of good information out there. I believe we should all be supporting each other. I think that that is important to do as well. It's good to look at different information because it is gives you, and people look at things differently from different parts of the country. And so let's not also forget my daughter's Etsy account. Thank you. I was still thinking about it. I was like, I got to mention Heather's Etsy account. Um, my daughter has her Etsy account. JJ will throw the link up here in just a second. And she makes jewelry. She also does cat hats and does a lot of crocheting. So she does take requests as well. So definitely, show her a little support, a little love, if you will. I would appreciate that. Check her out. Like I said, she will take requests. Okay. So JJ just threw the link up there for her thing there. So definitely check that out. Also, like I said, it's like I said, a lot of great information out there. You just got to look for it, and I think that that's important to do. And just keep jamming along, keep jamming along. That's all. It's all any of us can do, to be honest with you. So, but anyway, so what was I going to say? I was going to say something else here. Again, I'm always going to encourage you guys continue to prep, continue to get ready. Uh, you know, it is, we never know what's going to happen. So that is important to be as ready as we possibly can be. Just because the unknown can be scary, but it doesn't have to be, holy crap, what are we doing now? You know what I mean? Yes, I did see Okie Forest just put up. He said the CDD has lifted all rules on social distancing and masking concerning the CV. Yes, I just saw that recommendation. Um, and I have my own opinion of the CDC, which I will not share here. Um, but yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. Quite interesting. So yeah, we'll just leave that one alone. But interesting. Yeah, CDC can't direct crap. That's funny. I like that. But yeah, they're not really high on my opinion scale. I'll just put it like that. So you can believe whatever you want to believe, and that's completely up to you. I will put it like that. But again, the one advice I will say with any agency, being it a government agency or a supposedly independent agency, follow the money. Where are they getting their funding from? Where's their money coming from? How are they making their money? It's amazing when the CDC, who is a big manufacturer of the flu shot every year, recommends the flu shot every year. Isn't that interesting how that works? God, that's interesting. I think that that is amazing. So, just a thought, just sharing. I find different things fascinating. how they connect. If you look and you connect the dots, there's a lot of really, really interesting information out there if you take that time to listen to it or look at it and follow. Like I said, the biggest thing that I would suggest um, is following the money. So if somebody says, I'm more worried about 87,000 armed IRS agents, why wouldn't you hire 87,000 Border Patrol agents? Why wouldn't you do that? You want to protect the country, help the country out? Why wouldn't you put 87,000? And I'm not just talking in the southern border. I mean, we got a very porous northern border as well. I love my Canadian brothers and sisters, but bad actors can come down through Canada um, probably a whole lot easier than they can come in from the south, from the south. I want you to think about this, guys. So here you have this huge border. Our Canadian border is even way bigger that we have with Canada than the southern border, right? I mean, that's reality. People don't think about that, but it's this huge border. Do you think the bad actors are coming through the ports of entry? Do you think they're driving on the highway going, hey, we're off to America. We're going to cause problems, and we got all these weapons and all this other stuff. We're just going to drive across the border and go through customs and not have any problem at all. You think that's the way to go through, or maybe they go through the woods somewhere? There's a town that borders Canada, and I can't remember the name of the town, but literally through the center of the town, if you walk on this side of the street, you're in Canada. If you walk on that side of the street, you are in the United States. Tell me how easy it would be to get in here. So, something to think about. Something to think about. So, but again, with any, like I said, anybody that's giving you recommendations on what you should do with your health, your life, what you should do as far as your daily activities, my advice to anybody would be to follow the money. Who is funding them? Where's the money coming from? Who benefits from the recommendations that they are giving you? Right? Those are things that I think are legitimate questions to ask, legitimate things that we should be looking into as concerned citizens. I don't know. That's just me. Call me odd. I don't know, but you know, I have I always have lots of questions. Lots of questions. I find life interesting. So, how many of you? Here's a quick question. I have a quick question. What follow up have you heard in the news, social media, out there about what really happened to the Georgia Guidestones? Who's seen all the updated information on that? Who's seen that? I'm curious because I've seen since it happened nothing. I've seen zero, squat, nada. Wasn't lightning, Prep Rebel. Wasn't lightning. No follow up information on that. You've heard nothing other than the fact that they tore the rest of it down. That's an interesting conundrum, don't you think? Hmm, very interesting. It's weird. It's weird how that goes. But I'll tell you this: if they had it on video with a dude with a swastika on his arm, with a shaved head, in his Nazi uniform, planting a charge on there, right? Boy, that would have been all over the news. That sure would have been all over the news. All right. Like I said, I have lots of questions, a lot of things that I find interesting. That certain things happen in the news, and they're all over the news, and then you will have other things that happen, and you hear squat. I always find those things fascinating. So, life is fun. All right, we are legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? Let's do that. And we have Philip, number one tonight from Melbourne, Australia. Good day. Welcome, Philip. We have Franklin County, Ohio, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Central Missouri, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Waterloo, New York, Inverness, Florida with Clyde, South Dakota, Georgia, Western New York, Ulster Park, New York, Kentucky, Northern California, Virginia, Southern West Virginia, BC, Canada, Union City, Pennsylvania, Edgewater, Florida, Chicago, Tunisia, Louisiana, Carlisle in the UK, the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia, Dayton, Ohio, eastern Nebraska, western New York, Missouri in the Ozarks, Putnam County, West Virginia, Tejadas, which is Texas. We have Tennessee in the house, southern Michigan, southeastern Michigan, sorry. We have Oklahoma, Campbell, Missouri, Raleigh, North Carolina coast, Erin, Tennessee, Lake Brownwood, Texas, St. Augustine, Florida, Nowhere, Kansas, Minnesota, Breezy Point, very nice, Central Iowa, Vancouver Island up in Canada, via Ireland, let's see, Lake East, Ohio, Central Florida, Tucson, Arizona. We have Indiana in the house, conservative California. Hey, there's conservatives there as well. Nully, Tennessee. So, Long Island, New York. There's a whole different accent down there as well. So, we are absolutely all over the place. We are a Matumba, Canada, very nice. All over the country, all over the world. We are a huge, huge network. Citrus County, Florida, all over the place. We are the ones, folks, that can make a difference now. We will definitely be making a difference in a post event, educating people, helping people, teaching people how to survive. We have New Hampshire's in the house. We also have Michigan. So I think that that is important. I think we should try. It may fall on deaf ears a lot now, but I can guarantee you this: when things go sideways, and there are a lot of victims out there, because there will be a lot of victims out there. We have Littleton, New Hampshire, very nice. When you have 93% of the people that are not prepared for a 2 week disaster, that to me correlates with a lot of victims. So Nebraska's in the house. Kramer Ranch, welcome, welcome. So something to think about, something to definitely think about. So life is definitely interesting, that is for sure. I'll tell you what, it was weird this weekend. We could feel the shift in the season. It's like summer's just about done and we're getting ready to head into fall. I get more done in the fall. I get more done in the spring. When it gets to be summertime, I can still get some stuff done, but it gets really ridiculously hot, and it makes it a lot tougher. I can tell you that. So, but definitely need a few musicians in my group. That'd be cool. That would absolutely be cool. So, but yeah, it will be interesting to watch how everything goes. Definitely interesting. So anyway, guys, I do want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. Ladies and gentlemen that moderate for me, thank you so much for what you do. It is very much appreciated, and it means a lot to me. And so thank you. The support is really appreciated. Also, I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I appreciate the support that way too, because without you guys here, I'm not making videos. I'm not doing live streams. So it's really cool, and I do appreciate all the support through the years of everybody. Uh, you know, it really does mean a lot. Well, remember, guys, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. We have to stop letting them divide us. We have to. Over race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvax. It's all nonsense. It's all games. We got to stop letting them do it. We got to, because it's ridiculous what happens. So, think about that. Also, like I said, if we can come together and work together, there's nothing that can stop us. Nothing. Also, remember, guys, to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so tomorrow's not a guarantee. We need to let people know how we feel every day. So that's important as well. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, Hey, Ann, look forward to your next project. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you very much for the donation. It means a lot. Thank you. Um, one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. If you set realistic goals that you can meet, there is no stopping you. Make something happen. Once you've reached and achieved that goal, you set the next goal. And believe it or not, before you know it, a lot of things get done. Working at things methodically. All right. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope everybody is safe. Have a good week coming up, and I will see you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.